Good evening, otherworldlies. This is Juliana Angel, your dark masked diva. Alright, you guys. So, do you guys watch Zensational Delights? Okay, now, if you have not watched his channel, go check his channel out. That's my fiance. Okay? He recently did a video about harlots. So if you can, go check out his video about harlots. Now, he talks about Bozos also, okay? And I also talk about Bozos all the time. So when I'm going to talk about Bozos now, when I'm talking about Bozos in this one, okay, this is not so much like a whack dick video. This is more like the Bozos that I'm going to talk about in this video are kind of like the male version of the harlots that he's talking about in his video. So I kind of want to do like kind of like a male version when he's doing like a female version in his video, okay? So everybody knows that women have those kind of like trash guys in their lives too. And it's really time for everybody to clean up their act. It's not just guys that have people they shouldn't have in their lives, right? It's women. We have those kind of people around too. And there comes a time in everybody's life, like, you know, when you're young and you kind of have a bunch of bozos. You know what I mean? Like I don't have any bozos now because I'm mature and because I have, you know, a guy that I want a future with, and he's a good guy, right? Somebody who can take care of me, and somebody, you know, that I can build with, and, you know, be something with, and, you know, do things with, okay? So I don't have any like stray weird guys hanging around and people trying to walk me everywhere. And you know what bozos do? They try to walk you everywhere. Okay, well, I don't have any weird people doing that. I have people trying to do that. Okay, because just know that even though you clean up your act and don't entertain weird people and you stop being nice to weird people and stuff like that, doesn't mean they aren't going to try to keep bothering you. Alright? They aren't going to bother you as much because you're not going to be as receptive to that energy. But you're going to have a ring on, and you're going to be dressed up a little bit more classy, and you're going to be like older and stuff like that. But you're going to have different types of bozos bothering you. Okay, so they're going to go from one type of bozo bothering you to different types of bozos bothering you. So you're going to have to figure out what you're going to do to keep those bozos away, right? So you're going to basically need to have a type of social intelligence, you know, to keep certain people out of your life. Okay, the man in your life should protect you. Okay, he should want to take care of you, he should want to stay close by you, and he should want to protect you. But when he's not around, you should sense if there's a guy coming around you and he's just a troublemaker, and you're like, no, that's not a guy I want as a friend. Because, you know, this guy's putting off some bozo energy, right? And then if you have some guys that are friends and you're like, you know what? This guy friend of mine is really a bozo, and I really just need to get rid of this bozo guy friend, you know. Now, okay, we're gonna go into some uncomfortable territory, and, you know, I go into the uncomfortable territory. Okay, you know, ladies, you know that your guy friends are attracted to you. Okay, you know that your man is attracted to his female friends. And you know you're going to have to tell your man to get rid of some of them. Because you know he's done things with some of them. So you're going to have to tell him, if you've done anything with any of your female friends, you need to get rid of them right now. And you need to put your foot down, and if any of those female friends make you uncomfortable, he knows he needs to get rid of them. And he doesn't need to give you excuses, and you don't need to give him a reason why. You just know something went on. And you know they make you uncomfortable for a reason, and he needs to just, you know, you're like, make a choice, me or her. And he needs to make the choice, right? And, you know, if the choice is not, if he keeps the female around, then you need to be willing to walk away. Okay, you don't need to have, like, weird guys hanging around you. You don't need to be nice to somebody because you feel sorry for them. Don't ever do that. Don't ever be nice to somebody because you feel sorry for them. Like, don't ever do that. And it's like, you're like, why? But that's the Christian thing to do, and I was just raised to be nice to everybody, and all this kind of stuff. Hun, if you're pretty, you can't be nice to everybody. And that's just a fact, okay? The prettier you are, the meaner you need to be. And you're like, oh wow, that's messed up. Well, it's true. Okay, if you're pretty, you can't feel bad for people, and you got to be just a little bit meaner. Okay, you can't say hi to everybody who says hi to you. If someone's bothering you, you got to be mean to them. Okay, you need to learn to be a little bit mean. If you are pretty, you can't be going around being, oh hi, and just being friendly to everybody. No, and you can't let everybody be your friend. Okay, you can't let some females be your friend. All right, because not all females are heterosexuals. They're trying to sexually harass you too. They're trying to hang around. They're trying to figure out if you have, anything gay about you. Okay? I'm just keeping it real. So, they're Bozos. Okay? So, you can't have anybody hanging around who might cause a problem. All right? You can't have anybody hanging around who is just kind of going to hang around and be an issue. All right? If you have somebody that you dated before, guess what? You got to get rid of them. All right? So if you told your serious guy to get rid of all those chicks that make you uncomfortable, because he either slept with them or they just make you uncomfortable, guess what? You need to turn around and get rid of guys that just give him the creeps, or that you went out with. Get them off your social media. Any guy that tries to flirt with you too hard on on Instagram, okay? Get rid of those guys. They're trying to flirt with you too hard. There's like different people on Instagram. They're like, hi, and I thought they were women, but they were just really, men with women's pictures. And I'm just like, I thought you were female. Why do you have a woman's picture? Oh, I'm just a fan of this woman. I'm just kind of like, nope, unfollow. Nope. It's just like, I was only following you because I thought you were another woman. It's like, why are you like representing yourself as a woman? I'm not trying to follow a bunch of guys. Anyone misrepresents themselves or anything like that, or flirts with you too hard, or does anything, or some guy gets on there and starts talking to you about his marital problems. Why do you think he's trying to do that? Okay. Guys with toxic energy. Guys with toxic energy, what is that? They're bozos. Okay? You don't want guys on there telling you about their marital problems. Okay, because you know what they're doing? When guys are on social media telling you about their marital problems, they're emotionally cheating on their wives when they're doing that. They are telling you, another lady, about their marital problems. First of all, you didn't ask, did you? I mean, I do not want to talk to other guys about the problem they're having with their lady. Because they're actually betraying her by telling me problems about her. And secondly, I don't like people venting to me. So I totally don't want to hear it. Right? So they're just all of a sudden telling me all about it. And I'm like, first of all, I don't want to hear about this. And second of all, you're betraying her telling me these problems. Unfollow, block, whatever I got to do. This person is emotionally cheating on their mate. So you can't have toxic bozos like that around. Okay, it's like you need to find like another guy to confide in and say, hey, me and the old lady are having problems or whatever. Or you need a marriage counselor. Okay, and I'm not a marriage counselor. People are like, wow, you should be a psychologist and you should be a therapist. No, because I don't want to hear about other people's problems. I don't want to solve your marital problems. I don't want to solve your relationship problems, okay? I mean, I'll come on the show, my own show, and give people some game. But I'm not trying to hear about your problems. I don't like to be vented to. That's extremely annoying to me. I really, like, seriously, bro, I, like, seriously hate that. Like, with a passion. So it's like, and a guy's trying to tell me about the problems he's having with his wife. Why would he do that? Da na 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 na. Come on. You know, so it's like, don't, you know, if you're already trying to tell another woman about the problems you're having with your wife, you're emotionally cheating. Don't do that. You know, and why was this guy following me in the first place? Give me a break. So, you know, no. So, yeah, I really just, I've just really had it with people. You know, people like that are a bozo. Say like you're not a mature lady like me. Say like you're younger, right? Say like you know, you just have some guy that's just kicking it around your house, and he's just kind of making himself a nuisance, and you're just like, oh, well, you know, I send him down to the corner store, and he picks up this and that, he picks up cigarettes, he picks up this, he picks up that. Okay, well, why don't you just go by yourself? You know what I mean? It's like, do you really need him hanging around your house? And you have a bunch of bozos hanging around. When you have bozos hanging around, you're keeping away, like, actual real men that you could be with. Because they see these dudes hanging around you, right? And they're just kind of like, that's what she's into. And when people see you hanging around bozos and stuff like that, they, like, lose respect for you. Did you know that? That's like, okay, that's like, have you ever seen a guy? You know when you see guys and you see him with some trashy chick? You know how everyone loses respect when you see a guy with a trashy chick? But when you see, you know, like, oh, there's, you know, he's with that slut. No, you know, she's been with everybody. You know how everybody looks at that guy. They kind of, you know, they kind of don't respect him. But when you see a guy that's with a classy woman, and she's beautiful, and she's well-spoken, and like, she's the kind of girl everyone wants to be with, all of a sudden, everybody's respect for him goes sky high, you know, and everybody kind of envies him and everything like that, and, you know, people hold him in a higher regard, right? So, it's a totally different thing. Well, okay, well, what do you think people are thinking when they see you with a bozo? Like, she really has bad taste in men. Because when people see you with a guy, they think you're sleeping with him. Even though you would, like, never, ever, like, want to sleep with that bozo. Please, tell me you're not sleeping with a bozo. And I know people get down like that. I know people like to keep bozos around as friends with benefits. I know people do that. And I know people, you know, just like the Harlots, people keep them around as friends with benefits because they're not really good for anything else, right? Well, that's kind of how people feel about bozos. They kind of keep them around, convenient, kind of to watch their house a little bit, kind of friends with benefits, kind of run to the store for cigarettes, just kind of like, you know, stuff like that. Like, they're not really good for anything because they kind of just, you know, they don't usually hold down a job. They're not really, like, smart. Like, bozos are kind of, the only thing they really do is walk around with you. I'm serious. That's what they do. They walk you everywhere. And they kind of keep you away from getting on with your life, having a future, and really, you know, and really just keep you from getting with, like, a good guy that you should be with. So if you have just kind of like all these like extra random dudes that you call friends, they're not really your friends. What are they really doing? Are they able to help you out practically? Like, if you needed some money, could they give you money? No, because they don't have any. They're bozos. Bozos never have any money. Like, seriously. Like, if they get you something, it's like $1 ice cream. Like, I've had friends that were bozos, and they would get me, like, $1 ice cream every once in a while. I'm like, thanks for this $1 ice cream or whatever. That's cool. But, you know, I'm just kind of like, man, you know, you're like a bozo friend. Because there's a difference between quality friends and, like, bozos, right? And, like, here, I got you this $1 ice cream. And I'm like, okay, thanks, you know. That was nice. But it was just kind of like, you've eaten dinner at my house, like, 1,000,000 times. and you got me $1 ice cream. That's just like really not, no, that's really not going to make up for it. You know, it's just kind of like, you should have fed me like a bunch of times because you ate at my house a bunch of times. You know, it's like, I really, you know, it's not the same, you know. Sorry. I'm just saying. I'm just being honest. But, bozos, if you just have these people just hanging around, that they're really good for nothing, they just kind of hang out. And maybe, you know, they're people you like to party with, you like to drink with, and they just hang out. Why don't you just stop doing stuff like that? It's just kind of like, you know, once you get a certain age, you should stop wanting to like really do things like that. You know, I mean, you might have friends that you like to go out clubbing with, that you like to go do things with, but who are all these bozos? Are they really looking out for you? What are they really doing for you? Seriously. They're just making you look bad. Okay, and what's going to happen when you get a really good guy in your life? If this guy is really like a decent guy, he's going to be like, look, I need you to get rid of that clown. Okay, because if he has any, if your guy has any like self-respect, he's going to be like, get that clown out of your life. I don't want him sniffing around you all the time when I'm not around. Get him out of here. He's nasty. And you're going to get mad like, oh, he's not doing anything wrong. Don't say that. Don't say that to a good man. Be like, okay, you're right. He's really good for nothing. I'll tell him to quit hanging out here. Tell the bozo to quit hanging out there. You have a good man in your life. Why do you need all these extra bozos and clowns hanging around you, making you look bad? Because that's what people think when they see a bunch of, like, dudes hanging around. They think you're sleeping with all of them. And those dudes are hanging around because they're trying to sleep with you. That's why guys are your friend, because they want to sleep with you, okay? Let me just keep it real. Like, most guys, like, you know, maybe they're, oh, she's a cool chick or whatever. Okay, they just low-key want to sleep with you. I'm just going to keep it real. So, you want to just get rid of all these, like, spare bozos just hanging around. Like, why are they even there? Okay, and, like, here's another thing. Okay, if you have a man, all right, don't let his friends come over when he's not around. This really is like a no-brainer. And I can't believe I have to tell people this, but your man's friend should not try to be kicking it with you when he's not home. Okay, because in my first marriage, like a couple of my first husband's friends tried to do that, and I would not get the door. Okay, and it turns out these people really were up to no good, because they did that at other people's house, and they tried to make a pass at their lady. And so I knew the dude was coming over to try to make a pass at me. And he'd be like, knock, knock, knock. Juliana, I know you're in there. Get the door. And I'm just kind of like closing the curtain and stuff. Like, I wasn't going to let him come in and kick it with me when my husband wasn't home. Okay, so, and because I just had a feeling about him, like, I think that dude is going to try to make a move on me. And sure enough, like, one of my husband's friend's fiance, she goes, yeah, that dude totally did. He started rubbing my shoulders and kissing all over me and doing all this other stuff. And then he assaulted her. So he came over to assault me, actually. So, and she was actually afraid to tell her fiance what the guy had done. Real talk. I'm like, I think you should tell him, like, no, he's gonna beat him up and go to jail and all this other stuff. And she goes, and I feel embarrassed that I let him in. And she goes, you're a lot smarter than me that you never let him in. And I was just like, I just always got a bad feeling about him. You know, and I go, I don't let any of my husband's friends in when my husband is not home. Okay, like, I really, no. So, whatever you do, don't kick it, like, even, you know, if your husband thinks he's a cool guy and he's just, like, kicks it with that guy, don't hang out with your man's friends when your man isn't home, because it's actually not appropriate. Okay, and especially if you like to drink and smoke weed and stuff like that, no, don't ever do anything like that. because you don't know, like, like maybe your husband or whatever thinks that guy's a cool guy, and maybe the guy's just kind of like just waiting and watches him go to work and waits till you're home alone. Like that guy assaulted my husband's friend's fiance, and he was trying to do it to me, and that is so scary. Okay, that guy was beyond a bozo. That guy was something else. Okay, he assaults people. He has a problem. So, and it's something I don't think I'm allowed to say on YouTube. So, yeah. So, you never know. There's just things that are inappropriate. Don't ever do that. It's really scary. I'm just really, God was really watching over me that day and just giving me wisdom. So, yeah, you just don't want people hanging around you and stuff like that, okay? So, go through your social media, go through your personal life, and just stop hanging around with just anyone. Okay, you're not that lonely, trust me. It's better off to just find a few people that are cool. It's okay to have like a couple male friends, but just find a few people that are cool. You shouldn't just go hanging around anybody, okay? Find your few people that are cool, hang out with them, talk to them, and just be cool with them. Don't hang out with guys alone. You're in a relationship now. Do not hang out with other guys alone. It's inappropriate. Alright, so the other video that is the male version to this one, okay, is the Harlots video. So go check that out with Zensational Delights. And I love you all, and I will see you in the next content. Bye-bye.